What? What do we do about that? That? Oh.
As somebody who used to volunteer working with sex trafficking survivors and is actually a survivor myself, I thought it was really important to step in and try to help break up a lot of that misinformation floating around.
Hey, no, you're not about to be sex trafficked or something, at least not off of that text message.
I've actually had several individuals who were being trafficked reach out to me and say, because of the misinformation that you've been debunking, you helped me realize that I was in a bad situation and that I'm technically being trafficked, and found the motivation to actually do something about it. So there's some comfort in that. I first try to establish a ground rule of, is this a conspiracy that's been going viral before? Could they have possibly gotten this idea from somewhere else? Or does this seem like it's something relatively new? I always try to make sure that I'm double checking with more credible organizations like the Polaris Project, who runs the National Human Trafficking Hotline. And there are so many articles that will come out, usually immediately after these conspiracies, that don't get nearly the same traction as the conspiracies themselves. Overwhelmingly, TikTok sees the average sex trafficking victim as a conventionally attractive, young, cis, straight white woman, usually of middle or upper income, shopping in places like Target or Walmart. The average sex trafficking victim is a person of color, a member of the LGBT community, particularly trans individuals, people who are experiencing homelessness, battling drug addiction, all these already incredibly marginalized individuals who are oftentimes so incredibly ignored, further being ignored while people are talking about the issue that pertains to them. It also speaks kind of to a larger volume about what our society values as victims and who is actually worth saving. I was being trafficked by an ex-boyfriend of mine, and most of it was online services, which I think a lot of people tend to forget can happen. It took me a really long time to realize that what he was doing even constituted as trafficking in the first place, because I had been convinced through social media that victims of trafficking are kidnapped, sent to a developing country, and then are never seen again, kind of like the movie Taken. So that stereotype had cemented so deeply in my brain that when I was being actively trafficked, I didn't even know that's what that was, which is kind of one of the reasons I've become so passionate about it. As a white survivor of trafficking, I know that I tend to get more attention, but if I can help bring voices to more marginalized individuals, I feel a very strong obligation to do so.